Hey guys, and welcome back to another one of my really strange adventures in Ark Survival Evolved. Road to Alpha Rockwell, as I like to put it. Today I decided, I'm feeling especially masochistic. Why don't we try to go for a rock drake egg? We're 1 or 2 days into the server. I've got myself a Megalosaurus tamed up. I'm feeling pretty confident. Let's go get one. So that's what I'm doing. And that's the surprise I was talking about in the last episode. So a little bit of time has passed, but not much has happened. We tamed a Megalosaurus, got ourselves a brand new bulb dog here, and we've headed deep into the trenches of the deepest part of Aberration. All in the name of stealing a child from a mama rock drake. Sounds a bit weird when you put it like that, but hey, what can you do? We need him, and we're gonna raise him as our own. So if you don't know, the red zone is the deepest part of Aberration. It's radioactive, so I have to wear a hazmat suit. If I ever take it off, I'll die in a matter of seconds. A Megalosaurus won't, because for some reason he likes the radiation. And we need to come down here to be able to steal a rock drake egg, because you can only find them in the very, very bottom of the red zone. On my way down, it's filled with perils and fraughts and whatnots. You can see that those things are flying behind me. They're called Seekers. They really like my bulb dog. I stopped right here to get some stamina, and I realized that there is something on the ground next to me. A little baby Shinehorn. I thought it was a wild one, but turns out it was tamed. Somebody must have lost theirs on the way down. He's really cute. We're gonna have to tame one of those up eventually. In case you don't know, this is where the rock drake nests are. Just to our left in this ravine. I kind of passed by it really quickly, but you can see them all the way down there. That's where we're headed. The reason I elected to go with the Megalosaurus instead of just jumping down there is because I feel like the Megalosaurus is a lot more reliable in terms of getting up and down without me dying. Because, well, there's a lot of strong and very bad guys down here, and if they damage my armor, that's just so much less time I have down here. Plus, I didn't want to make 1,000 climbing picks to climb all the way back up to the top. There's the trench. We're getting really close. And this is where you're going to start to see rock drakes. They start off invisible, but as soon as you attack them, they show up and be like, hey, what up? I hear. We gotta kill these guys one by one on our way in, because as soon as we steal one of their eggs, they're all gonna get mad at us, and they're all gonna try to attack us at the same time. So we have to be very meticulous and kill them one by one. At least on the way in. On the way out, I'm just gonna try to book it, and try to get out with the egg if I get one. Here you can see that they can easily gang up on you, and they can get you trapped like this, where you can't escape. That's not a good thing. Luckily, though, the Megalosaurus that I have is kind of nice. He's level... well, he was level 90 when I tamed him. He's level 135 or something at the moment. He's got 8k HP and 300% melee damage, if that means anything for you. Now, even with that much, you can still tell I'm taking a little bit of a beating. These guys can get up to a pretty high level. I think rock drakes can go to level 190 or 185 is their max level. I don't remember. But here I'm already down to half HP, but we're pretty close, so I'm still kind of confident that we can get an egg. Up ahead, though, I see that there's quite a few rock drakes left. That was a 180. Wow, yeah, they can get pretty high level. So up here, there's like 4 or 5 in this small area. That guy right there is a 170. That guy's a 45. Oh, he was level 50. And there's 2 more nearby. Yeah, there's a 45. So instead of fighting them, I tried to go around them, and it worked, thankfully. That normally never happens in Ark, where you try to do something and it works in your favor. Now, the trench is to our right, but there are nests just ahead, so we don't have to drop ourselves into the trench. We can still walk out from here. There are 2 nests that I see, but those rock drakes are kind of looking at me the wrong way, and I'm worried that they're going to gang up on me like I'm in the wrong side of New York, so I said I was gonna go and take care of them one at a time so they don't gang up on me later. Because if they do gang up on me, that could lead to very bad things very quickly. Now, it's a good thing I took care of those guys because they got me down to less than a quarter of my HP. Not good. Not amazing. But not horrible. We're still alive. Yeah, the Megalosaurus is pretty strong, though. He doesn't run faster than rock drakes, though. That's the only thing. I try to heal him up with as much food as I've got, but it doesn't do much, though. He's only got 2,800 HP left. Yeah. It's okay. All we need is for him to get us back up. You know, he wasn't really a max level tame. Here's our bulb dog. His name's Max, because max charge. I leveled him up for good luck, and I set my sights on this egg. Well, the nest. There's no guarantee that there's gonna be an egg in the nest, but a nest is a good indication that there's an egg there. At this point, I don't really care what level I get. Even if it's like a level 5, I'll take it, because we just need a rock drake in general. And luckily, there is an egg in this nest. And it's a 95, which isn't too bad. I kind of contemplate jumping over to the other nest, but I didn't want to waste too much time just in case those rock drakes respawned. You can see the trench down there. There's so many rock drakes down there. It's good that I killed the ones up here because it gives me a bit of time to run away. Right now, I'm just waiting for Chad to regenerate a little bit of health, by the way. Because as soon as I grab this egg, it's go time. After a few minutes, he doesn't really look like he's doing too well. So I just decide, I'll grab it and go. Okay, we gotta be super quick when getting out of here, though. Because those guys in the trench know I've taken the egg. But we do have a little bit of time, because they have to crawl up that wall. Or at least I thought, because this guy's a speed demon, and he's already on top of us. Which is fine, because he's the only one so far. Rock drakes are faster than the Megalosaurus, but the Megalosaurus is stronger, so I decide I'm just gonna quickly kill him and keep running. He has another friend show up, but yeah, it's no big deal. Megalosaurus can take no time at all in killing these guys. Look at him go. He's so strong. Unfortunately, rock drakes don't give a lot of raw meat, so it's hard to level up my Megalosaurus. Or heal him, I'm sorry. Raw meat gives 5 health each. I keep going. Thankfully, I cleared out all these rock drakes. And then I spot a little problem ahead. All those rock drakes I'd killed had either respawned or more had migrated in because it was suddenly filled. And I saw one coming after me. So I decided, okay, I'll just do the same thing as before and take these guys out one at a time. I hide behind a tree because, you know, that helps, right? And I noticed 2 of them are after me. Okay, whatever, no big deal. Megalosaurus is... oh, there's 3 after me. Again, no real big deal. The Megalosaurus is pretty strong. You can probably take out 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you can probably tell at which moment I knew that I messed up. And there's the very short story of Chad, my Megalosaurus, and Max, my bulb dog. And me. I died too. I'm not one to quit. I immediately sought out to find another Megalosaurus and bulb dog. I named this one Chuck because he's not so much a Chad, because Chad died. Look at him. Isn't he cute? I leveled him up as much as I could, and then I took him all the way back down. This guy I leveled up to have 15k health and nearly 400% melee damage before I took him down. And it worked a lot better. We have so much more HP this time. Thankfully. It was still a pretty long walk, and I did go out of my way to kill as many of these guys as possible, the rock drakes. But in the end, we made it all the way down with more than half of our HP. Well, the other nests I took the rock drake egg out of, so I have to go for this one this time. Hopefully it's a higher level than the other ones were, because... Yay. I have zero idea why that happened. Well, no, I know why it happened. The game is broken. You see, the devs are against putting kill planes in the map to prevent meshing, but they'll put them in the one place that players can't build. Don't ask me why. Well, I made a second set of hazmat just in case something like this were to happen, and also a glider suit, so I could get back down easily. Now, I don't have to worry about getting back up because Chuck is still down there waiting for us. If you don't know how to get down easily, all you have to do is jump off this cliff. Make sure you have a glider suit before you do this, otherwise you'll just splat. And whenever you feel ready and prepared, you glide. Now, this is the easy way to get down on foot. It's just getting up is the hard part when you're on foot, which is why I used a Megalosaurus. I decided to take a little bit of an easier route because I don't know what all has respawned since I've been down there last. And I didn't want to take any chances. The ravines are just below us, below that spine there. Anyways, I try to get down there as quickly as possible while avoiding as much as I can. I get back to here and I notice that, yeah, a lot of the rock drakes had respawned, so I'm just going to try to avoid them if I can. They're standing between me and my rock drake. Also, the nameless are spawning because I forgot to turn on my light pet. Oh well. Our Megalosaurus is just to our left up here, but of course there are a lot more rock drakes standing between us and him. I landed in between quite a few of them, hoping that none of them see me. And it works for the most part. I try to quickly turn this guy on. His name is Expendable because he's expendable. That rock drake was coming towards me pretty fast and furious, so I try to fly up this cliff. I fail. And then I just have to climb up it. Thankfully, that rock drake seems to have ignored me, or not seen me, even though he's the one that's invisible. Kinda weird. I make my way to the top, trying to find out where my Megalosaurus is. And I can see him. He's way over there to the right. I try to glide over to him, but I don't know how to use glide suits, so I hit the ground again. Right next to a bunch of rock drakes. They, once again, don't see me, even though they're the ones that are invisible. And I made my way back to Chuck. But there is a bit of an issue. I'm out of food, I'm out of water, and I kind of need that, because if you don't have water, you'll eventually pass out and probably die. I think about it, and I almost decide that it's worth taking Chad back up. I look for my body here. Can't find it. It's gone for good. Not even a light to show where my bag would be. I think about taking Chad back up. Or Chuck. Oh my god, I'm so attached to Chad. But then I decide, you know what? Nah. If we take Chuck back up right now, all this would have been for nothing. So I try to heal him up as much as I can, while thinking about how to get water if I can find it. Luckily enough, these are actually bushes where berries can grow in the radioactive zone. There's probably nothing wrong with me eating these, as they do give a small amount of water, the berries do, if you didn't know that. I get as much as I can, I eat them, and they stave off me passing out. And then I climb up, hoping that the nest that I see actually has an egg that's respawned in it. I try to be very careful here so I don't have a repeat of that little death, because you never really know with this game whether or not you're just going to die randomly on a wall. Unfortunately, this egg has not yet respawned. I look over to the other nest and I see that there isn't an egg, and I don't have my spyglass. I contemplate going down in the ravine, but that seems like an even worse idea than what I've been doing for the past 10 minutes. I try to glide over, but again, I don't know how to use glide suits. I try to figure out how to take Chuck down into the ditch when I see it. The egg appeared and then disappeared very quickly when I turned around, which gave me hope that there was actually an egg in that nest. Kinda weird that it doesn't show me when I'm standing 20 feet away, but, you know, it's Ark, what can you do? I make my way back up, hoping and living on the prayer that there actually is an egg up here. Because at this point, I'm not going back empty-handed. And thankfully, there is. Try to guess what level it's gonna be. I bet you're wrong. Yep, 25. You know what? It's better than literally nothing. So I take it, make my way back down to Chuck, break my ankles a little bit, and we make our way back up. So I can already tell the rock drakes are a bit antsy because I've just stolen a second one of their children within a 24-hour period. I would be upset too. They decide to try to trap me and wait for their friends to show up, but my Megalosaurus is pretty strong, so I decide to run away. That's anti-congruent to what I was trying to do, but what can you do? They eventually annoy me enough, and I see that there are more coming, so I try to kill them before they kill me. There's about the same size of a group as last time, but because Chuck is so much stronger than Chad, he takes them all out without even breaking so much as a sweat. I say that, but then I see more, and it kind of spooks me, so I try to run away. They get me stuck, though, so I decide, yeah, that's not a good idea, after all. I kill them, but it brings me down to about half HP. And on my way down, I try to avoid running into any more. And then I realize that it doesn't matter, because these rock drakes suddenly don't care about me. I guess they must have really hated those that I killed. Who knows? Anyways, I make my way all the way back up without any additional problems. The radioactive zone, by the way, stops right around here, near this waterfall area. I don't know why it's still in the red zone, but it does. But I find that this is a pretty good place to take a break, because I've been walking and killing for about 10 minutes now. I'm happy that I got all the way up to this point with the egg. I congratulate Chuck on a job well done. Also expendable for a job well done. And continue to make my way forward. Now, this is where I made my third mistake. You see, I didn't realize that the radioactiveness continued past this point, and my armor is slowly degrading as it protects me from the radiation. So, slightly panicked, I try to find my way out of the red zone, but I should probably mention, I've never been here before. So in this maze of pathways and similar looking rocks, I can't find my way out. All the while, I'm slowly losing my armor. In fact, there isn't a ramp at all that leads up to the blue zone from here. That sucks, and I didn't realize that until way too late. Around this little river of element, I kind of embrace the fact that I'm gonna die. 6 out of 85 durability there. Not gonna make me all the way up. Anyways, I take note of my coordinates, say my final goodbyes, and take off my armor. I put it all onto Chuck, tried to hide him behind some crystals before I inevitably die. And then I lived. JK, I died. Made my way back easily enough. Thankfully, both Expendable and Chuck were still alive. Nothing on my body. And then I try to make my way out. At this point, I still didn't know that there was no way out. I'm slowly losing food and water and durability. These guys are basically invincible because I keep eating my light pet light. And, yeah, all around a pretty bad time. But in the end, I did make it out. Along with the egg.